So let's start first just laying down on our back without the ball underneath us. So a little body scan here. And we'll begin in constructive rest, knees bent, feet flat, about hips width apart. And there's nothing that you need to do here. So let's just take a few moments to land, arrive, and relax here. Just taking an easy breath. Sigh it out. Relax through your jaw, your throat, your neck. And just simply begin to feel the weight of your feet getting a little heavier onto the ground. So there's nothing we need to do with that. We don't need to push them down, but just allow them to rest on the ground, on the floor. Spreading out through your toes. And begin to feel the weight of the legs, the thigh bones relaxing down into the hips, the back of the hips relaxing onto the ground. Yeah, and just in your neutral pelvic position. And notice as we're moving through the body, what might be talking to you a little bit today, where you are aware of sensations. What do you notice along the way? Is there any holding, any gripping, any tension that you can soften? Does it feel good to find a little movement, a little wiggle, an adjustment of any sort? And just allowing your breath to come in nice and easy again, down into your belly. And feel your belly relaxing down onto your low back. So hips, belly, low back, landing gently on the ground. And feel your next breath nice and easy into the rib cage, the solar plexus area. And as you exhale, allow the solar plexus, the mid body, to soften down into the mid back. And feel your next breath arriving into the chest, expanding through the lungs. And just feeling that sense of your lungs relaxing down onto the ground. The whole upper back softening, spreading wide. Letting the weight of the shoulders release down the arms. And just softening through the back of your neck, the back of your head. It might feel nice to slowly, gently rock the head a little side to side. Maybe that's a bigger range of motion. Maybe it's just a little micro movement to feel that sort of movement massage on the back of the head. And so as we take these first few moments to land here, offering our body onto the support of the ground, perhaps just feeling any scattered energy beginning to settle. Now simply feel your breath arriving into your body, deep and full, but also soft and easy. Feel your breath expanding into the 3D shape of you, like the warm rays of the sun spreading out in all directions. And then feel your body softening onto each exhale. So again, feeling your supple core, allowing the breath to move through your body, expanding belly, ribs, chest. everything softens. And then just welcoming your mind, your thoughts, your attention to relax onto your breath in your body, on the ground. Good morning. Alrighty. Now let's begin to find a little bit more suppleness here. So taking your ball, and we're going to place that underneath our hips so that the pelvis now just floats on that ball. So it usually requires a little bit of adjustment to get it not too high under your low back, not too far under your tailbone, but kind of right underneath your sacrum. And you can just play with a little movement there, feeling that buoyancy of the ball, feeling that unstable surface that challenges our balance a little bit. So if it feels good, you can take your feet just a tiny bit wider. We don't want to go too wide there, but just enough to feel really stable. And then again, can you just let the weight of your pelvis be heavy on that ball? Good. And we're going to begin with our arch and flatten movement, or just staying neutral instead of the arch if that's more appropriate for your body. So let's breathe down into the hips. Begin to tip forward onto your tailbone. It's going to feel a little funny on the ball, so it might feel like the ball is going to pop up towards the shoulders. And then as you exhale, gather your belly in to flatten your low back towards the floor. I doubt that it will touch. You might feel your middle back ribs pressing a little down. Pause for a moment, and again, just notice it might feel like that ball is going to shoot out towards your feet. I don't think it will. And let's just go back and forth between our arch and our flatten. So the flatten is really almost more of a tuck in this position, but being mindful not to get grippy through the buttocks. So just finding that connection with your breath as you inhale, rock forward, and exhale, rock back through your hips. Now once you get your path of motion there, we're going to add the arms into the mix. So the next time that you're in your tuck or your flattened position, pause. And then as you begin to arch the back, sweep the arms overhead. Feel that long puppy belly stretch. And as you gather the belly in and curl the hips under, the arms press down. So flattening the back. Again, inhale into your arch, arms sweep up. Exhale into your flatten or your tuck as the arms sweep down. Why don't we just do, let's say 2 more. Finding a nice easy rhythm here. So today's class is really about finding ease and finding strength through ease. So one more time. So we're just massaging the lumbar spine. Let the arms come back down as they get there. Relax your hips to neutral. Good. Now from here, we're going to start to find a little bit more stabilization. So I'm bringing my feet in not too narrow, but again, just onto the railroad tracks kind of. So heels in line with sit bones. Arms are down by your sides. And just feel that left foot getting heavy and that right foot getting super light. So we're just going to lift that right foot about 1 inch off the floor and then lower it back down. Okay, now let that right foot get very heavy. The left foot just gets lighter, lighter, lighter as it floats just 1 inch or so off the floor. Let's add our breath as we alternate from side to side. So as you exhale, there's a gentle lift of your belly or hug of your belly to your back as your foot floats off the floor. Inhale as you place it back down. Take that moment to feel that side, this right side getting heavy as the left floats up. Good. And again, you can keep this really low, just an inch or so off the floor, or you can start to float that knee up towards 90 degrees. And you're going to feel some wiggles and wobbles on the ball, but we're just trying to minimize those a little bit more. So we're waking up the deep abdominal muscles, that deep core, to stabilize this. So just one more each way. Shoulders soft. And when you complete, then on both sides, come back to neutral, feet heavy on the floor, hips relaxed. And then we want to stabilize again, pressing down through that left foot, and on your next exhale, bring your right knee to you. We're going to catch it with the hands this time, so you can hold around the knee or underneath it. And as you hug that knee towards you, you'll feel that bringing you into that active pelvic. I'm going to call it a tilt, but it's kind of that tuck. So the low back is melting towards the floor, pressing into your left footprint, and feel as if you could reach out through your left knee. So you might feel a little opening through that thigh, the hip flexor on that left side. And now we're going to find our motion again here on the right leg. So go slow so that you don't fall off of the ball there. And if you do, thank goodness the floor is only an inch or two away. Right, so now the knee is going to press forward and rock back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And I'm just maintaining a nice easy pelvic tilt there. Again, nothing forced. The belly muscles are engaged. I'm lightly sliding the front ribs down. So I'm not bracing, but just supporting myself through that movement. Okay, now this right knee comes back into your chest. Here's a little bit more fun. Stay there. Slowly begin to extend your left leg out. Now, when that leg goes straight, there's probably going to be a tendency to pull you forward into the arch of your back. So let's see if we can maintain that core connection to stay a little bit more neutral. Good. I'm breathing here. Just relax that left leg for a moment. It's usually a pretty feel-good spot in my body. I hope it's a feel-good spot in your body. Okay, now we're going to activate that left leg a little bit more. So flexing your foot, and all we're doing is extending out through the lower leg. So your foot lifts just a few inches off the floor. Now, it's not about lifting that leg up or down, but really just firming the thigh, the quad, as you push your heel forward. So it's pretty low. Hold. And then slowly melt the heel back down. And as the left leg relaxes, you might notice the right knee moves a little deeper into your chest. So let's do that one more time. Extending out through the lower leg, pushing the heel forward, firming the muscles of that leg. Hold. And then relax it all down. Left leg melts, right knee might come closer to you. Okay. Now from here, slowly slide your left foot back onto the floor. It again is your grounding point. That's sort of your anchor as you push lightly down through that left foot and press your right heel to the sky. Arms come down by your sides. So that leg's just vertical, so make sure it doesn't try to come back towards your body, but rather heel above your hip. And if you like, take a little ankle circle there. And the other direction. And maybe a little point and flex. Good. Again, bend your knee into your chest and slowly place that right foot down so both feet land on the ground. Pause for a breath, relax hips, back, neck, shoulders. And we're gonna do all that on the other side. So now your right foot gets heavy, and as you exhale, float your left knee to your chest. Catch it with your hands, again holding around or behind the knee. We're back into that active pelvic tilt. So a little belly hugging to the back, these front ribs sliding down so we have our core connections. Your right footprint is spreading wide onto the floor. Feel a little reach forward through your knee again. So we're opening up through the thigh muscle, through the hip flexor there. And take a breath. Let's find that little rock with the left knee. So inhale the knee forward. I'm just gonna maintain my neutral pelvis here. Exhale, the knee comes back to the chest. Good, a little press forward. Little rock back all the while. Stay nice and steady on that ball. So there are more muscles engaging than we're even aware of here to keep us stabilized there. All right, knee comes back to your chest, hold. From here, we slowly slide that right leg out. Again, try not to let your back arch, just maintain that neutral position, and then just really relax that leg, just sort of let it flop right there. Let's take another breath here. Okay, now begin to flex that right foot. So toes towards the sky, pressing out through the heel. Again, just extending out through the lower leg. So it's that little lift of the foot, the thigh, even the buttock muscles are a little bit firm. Hold there. And then slowly lower the leg. Again, just let it melt, let it release. And as you do so, maybe you feel that left knee melt closer to your chest. You may not. Okay. One more time, pressing out through that right heel as if you could push the wall away from you. Foot floats up, we're extending out. Holding strong, firming the muscles around the bones. And lower, and relax that right leg. Good. From here, again, moving slowly, the right foot slides back onto the floor. There's a little weight down into that foot now as we press the left heel to the sky. Check your alignment there, heel above your hip. It might feel like your leg is a little forward there. Like if I look in the screen, I can see that I'm pretty perpendicular to the floor. But if I look at my leg here at my body, it feels like it's more forward. So you could even just kind of bring your leg back a little and forward a little and just notice, where does it feel like it's in center? Okay, let's rotate the ankle. And the other way. And maybe a little flex and point. Good. And then from here, again, we slowly bend the knee into the chest. Place that foot back down onto the floor. Let your weight land. One full breath here. Good. Tucking the hips under. Just lift them up into a little bit of a bridge. Let's slide the ball away now. And as you roll back down, the floor and your back might feel very different. So maybe take some knee sways side to side there. Head rolling the opposite direction. maybe extending your legs all the way out. Pause for a moment. And just notice what you notice.